Yeah, no, he's been really confident this week, and been a good addition with his talk and his leadership. Sue's done a really good job for us, in that time. But like I say, I wasn't quite sure whether he might need a game in Queensland Cup or back here, but he's really confident about doing a good job at fullback. For the 80 minutes, and like I say, he's been training really well for the last couple of weeks. So it wasn't too hard a decision to put him straight back in.
Cam Munster was doing some run-throughs. He looks like he's moving okay. Was there any updates sort of on his progress?
Oh, not really. We just sort of, he's over there, have a go at him. You heard his name. Like I say, he is going along, pretty well. To what the diagnosis was, in the first place. So he's probably a little bit ahead of that, I think. But like I say, we're not going to sort of push him. I think he's only played 4 or 5 games this year. So at the end of the day, we're not going to put him back in until he's ready. But I think he's progressing pretty well, and hopefully it'll be a bit sooner rather than later that he'll be available for selection.
Are you expecting Trent to come back to the camp to play?
Yeah, again, I think he's 20th man, 19th or 20th, whatever it is. So, he'll come back into camp with us tonight. He has, we didn't want him to come down here and train, then go back on the plane again. That just sort of wastes time. He's played plenty of minutes. I think he's played nearly every game this year. So, he'll come into our 17, or into probably our starting side if nothing goes wrong in Origin today. So. Like I say, that's then you'll go back into camp after the game. So,
Unexpected reward, I guess. Obviously he's been pretty consistent, but people don't. He's not a huge name, I guess.
Yeah, he might get a bit lost down here. I'm not quite sure. I was not confident, I wouldn't say, but after last year, I thought he'd be a chance of playing Origin, this year, and he hasn't been picked in the 17. He's gone really close. So, I think he plays long minutes and he's really consistent in those long minutes as well. So, he's worked really hard on his game as well. His skill work, and he's a big athletic guy. And like I say, he's really, really proud of him, really happy for him, and hopefully, in the next couple of games of Origin, he might get a start.
The Dolphins have got Tavita Pengai Jr. At one stage it sounded like he was going to end up here, but it was a pretty handy addition. I know he's been out of the game for a bit, but what are you kind of expecting from him?
Oh yeah, again, he hasn't played for a little while, so there's nothing a whole heap to have a look at and go on. But we know what he's very, he's a big, strong guy, and he's certainly got an offload in him and some good bump in him, so he'll be really keen. And like I say, at one stage we were really hoping to get him, but it just didn't happen. So like I say, I'm sort of happy that he's got to start somewhere else, and I'm sure he'll do a good job for him.
The Dolphins seem the real deal. That they knocked over the Sharks at Shark Park, which wasn't easy. So what do you, see from them this season?
Oh, I think they're a really consistent side, which is a real benefit for them. They're a team that you're going to have to beat them. They won't beat themselves, So again, we're just sort of basically concerned about what our strengths are, and making sure every player and the team as a whole are playing to those strengths, and we'll see what happens from there.
They've got Jesse back. That's obviously a big in for them. He's still playing some good footy.
Oh yeah, he's always been a good player, Jess, and he's a tough competitor too. He always competes. There's not a game that doesn't matter whether it's a trial or a game for New Zealand. He's always in there competing. The same as Kenny. So like I say, we know they're probably a little bit more fired up this week, and hopefully we can handle them okay.
I think last season a few of the ex-Storm boys kind of there was some penalties, and is there like a sin bin, or they sort of seem to be off their game a little bit coming up against their old side, but.
Oh yeah, with all due respect, I can't really remember. last year. So, but you know, like I say, you know, I think most guys when they come up against their old team, they, you know, they soon to fire up a little bit more. So, you know, probably expect that from the Bromwiches. As I said, you know, they're wonderful competitors. So that'll probably be the, you know, the point this week.